Live and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man, D-Real, coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real, where edutainment is what I do. Now, before I do what I do, I need y'all to do what y'all do. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D-Real page with others so that you and they can get alerts when new material comes out. Okay, this is something that caught my attention. I don't think it is of major consequence, but I'm going to talk about it for a second. Okay, Tom Cruise has reportedly joined the MCU for a new project. This is kind of old news well, not real old, but sort of old. Jacob Dressler, Screen Geek, posted this story on March 25th, 2022, as y'all can see. All right. Before Robert Downey Jr. was cast as Iron Man, Tom Cruise was actually the actor considered for the role. A lot of people don't know that. Obviously, things didn't pan out his way. However, it looks like Tom Cruise might still join the MCU after all. Rumors have persisted that the actor will be portraying a variant of Iron Man for the upcoming film Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. While that has yet to be confirmed, there are now further reports that he'll be joining a separate film entirely. As revealed, it's noted that Tom Cruise could be introduced in the Doctor Strange sequel. He's sure tied to at least one other project. Details are scarce, but of course, with the multiverse coming in full force, anything is possible. Right here, it says, and this is the two I want y'all to pay attention to, right here, where I got it highlighted. While we aren't certain the exact project Tom Cruise will take part in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it is sure looking like he is going to become something of a prominent figure in that franchise, at least in some respect. Now, here's the part that's got me like, what we talking about over here? In fact, we theorize he will be playing Superior Iron Man, which everybody knows who's read comics. That's a villainous version of Tony Stark from another reality. Actually, it was 616 in a story arc called Axis, where the good guys became the bad guys and the bad guys became the good guys. Furthermore, they mentioned this interesting route to take the character. There is a possibility that this character is also a member of the Illuminati, a powerful group that could also include people like Patrick Stewart, Professor X, and maybe even Mahershala Ali's Blade. More on that in a second. While a lot of this information depends on what happens in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, it certainly seems like things are being mapped out for a much more diverse and expansive Marvel Cinematic Universe. As such, it does not appear that fans can expect Tom Cruise. It does appear that fans can expect Tom Cruise to be joining the MCU as a result. Okay, but back to this part right here. There is a possibility this character is also a member of the Illuminati, a powerful group that could also include people like Patrick Stewart, Professor X, and maybe even Mahershala Ali's Blade. Do we got feelings about this? Let's unpack them. Okay. First, Tom Cruise will be in the MCU. That is what I'm getting out of that article. I don't know how I feel about Tom Cruise being in the MCU. Will Tom Cruise, if he's playing Tony Stark, I guess the question I have is, will Tom Cruise's Tony Stark become the mainstream Tony Stark? Or will this just be one of those novel moments where they go, he's supposed to be Tony Stark, and then we never see anything about it again? Also, I have been told that Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is clocking in at least 2.5 hours. So they're telling a lot of story in all of the time that they have. So since we're going to see zombies, we're going to see demons, we're going to see other magic users. So something like a vampire would not be a stretch in this situation. So if in fact there is a multiversal Illuminati, and we have had mention of vampires in the MCU from Loki, then it's pretty safe to assume Blade being on the Illuminati wouldn't be a stretch. No, it wouldn't. But and this is what I'm taking away from this. We have effectively recast the role of Tony Stark in the MCU, whether it be for one movie or 11. We have recasted the role of one Tony Stark in the MCU. So if Tom Cruise isn't going to be Tony Stark, I think that should be made known, because if we're recasting people, and it didn't have to be that plausible to recast that character, whether Tony Stark or Tom Cruise's version of Tony Stark is a hero or villain. The fact of the matter remains that character was recast. See what my shirt say? Thou shalt not test my gangster. Now, if we recast in Tom Cruise as Tony Stark, why can't we cast July Noel as T'Challa? Why can't we recast Yahya Abdul-Mateen II as T'Challa? I mean, not saying anything aggressively, but if you can recast the role of Tony Stark, who did in fact die, I do not see the difficulty in recasting a T'Challa. Don't have to change anything in your movie. Just put a T'Challa in it. That is all that has been asked. That is all that has been requested. That's all that's being requested. So don't turn it into rocket science, guys. Just recast the role, perhaps. Okay. Questions. What do you think of Mahershala Ali's Blade being a part of the MCU Illuminati? What do you think of Tom Cruise, who was supposed to play Tony Stark in the first place, now playing Tony Stark in the MCU? And if Tony Stark can be recast in the MCU, it only makes sense that T'Challa should be able to be recast as well. Drop it in the comments, y'all. Drop it all in the comments. And as always, I'm going to be coming at y'all with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.